Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. We are going to be heading off to the second mission in the first chapter of the campaign shortly, but first there's something I need to tell you. Look, there's been an update already. It has fixed a few glaring issues that I'd already noticed, but I hadn't said anything or mentioned about because that very reason. It is still evolving, even less than 2 weeks now before release. So yes, one of them I was a little bit disappointed they fixed, which was you could replace vehicles and not be charged for them. But that has been fixed now. It's another reason I don't do any of the more challenging achievements before release as well, otherwise that'd be a bit cheaty. I would also like to thank all of the new faces and regulars who took time out of their day to come and watch my first outing on Transport Fever 2. I've got to remember to put the 2 on there. You made what was already a superb day even better. But yes, you don't want to hear me welling up. Shall we get cracking with the new campaign mission? A quick point to note, I don't know why these have all unlocked now. I'm not going to click on them. Which brings me to another point. We're going to go back in here. We'll be cutting the campaign playthrough a little short before release, as I would like to explore some different aspects of the game before release, including free play. So we're going to do like a little mini free play as well, and that way I'm not spoiling too much of the campaign. So if you are looking forward to the campaign, fear not, I'm not going to sit here and try and plow through the entire campaign before release. That would be challenging, but I'm not going to do it. We're going to take a look at free play a little bit later. We're going to head up and do chapter 1 again.
The island of Java, tropical jewel in the midst of the Indian Ocean, conscientiously administrated by meticulous Dutch bureaucracy. The year is 1870, and the colony is undergoing a transformation. Recently, individuals have been allowed to lease farmland and manage plantations. The fertile land offers ideal conditions for exporting a multitude of colonial goods. Off on the way to an exotic experience.
So there we have it. We're off to Java. Do you know, I took a quick look at what this was called, and I had to absolutely make a cup of coffee. I can't sit here playing a coffee mission without a coffee. We've got our bonus tasks down here. We won't worry about them too much. I mean, I'll try and do them if the opportunity arises. Like I said, I'm not here to try and spoil everything. If you're interested in doing it yourself, we will go around to doing it though once it's released. I promise. We'll do all of this, all of the campaign, starting from where we leave off. We're going to do these first 3. It should give us a good insight into the game without spoiling too much. So let's get going.
The Dutch East Indies. Surely the most exemplary colonial empire under the sun, with luscious fruits and cheap labour in abundance. You act on behalf of the colonial administration. A gifted talent in the art of engineering, you have been appointed to modernise the local transport sector.
I'm glad he said it.
Complete this task to the satisfaction of the Crown. If you do, even the post as governor might be in store for you.
I'll certainly take it. Doesn't that look beautiful? Wonderful tropical island.
Transport is a much sought-after service on this scarcely civilized island. Eating draft animals such as oxen is punishable by law. That's why the colonial administration has commissioned you to build a railroad so that the plantation business prospers. The delicious coffee is supposed to be transported from the fertile hinterlands to the facility near town for processing. Anyone set on building wisely and cheaply avoids unnecessary slopes. Perform the necessary surveying work.
All right then, so we're in. We're going to take a look at this quickly because, it's beautiful. It's absolutely amazing. Before we get going, I'm just going to point... Yep, we don't care. Well, we do. We do want to do that because he's telling us. But I'd like to point this out. This is my first impression of this. Notice we've got soybean. Not soybean. Why did I say soybeans? That's not what they are. We've got coffee beans. Good job. It's probably because I was reading this. But yes, and we've got sugar cane. So over here we have the coffee plantation, and then we've got the sugar cane plantation. Now these are not base goods. You don't see these when you're playing a free play, which suggests to me that it makes it, or they've tried to make, Urban have tried to make it a little bit easier to plug in new factory chains. That's my initial thought on that. It's kind of exciting because the way they've just plonked it in the second mission, like things you wouldn't normally see, it does make me a little excited for the future. But anyway, should we do what they want us to do? Which is we're going to turn on the contour lines.
Thriving plantation across treacherous terrain to the processing factory where the coffee fruit is husked.
So there we go. We've got to, it looks like we've got to head off to here and build us a station. Yes, we can build a station. I don't mind the tips. I really don't. I like that they're helping out new players. It's a good thing. So we have to build a cargo station in the highlighted, I'll get to it, in the highlighted area next to the factory, which is this one. It's fairly straightforward. It looks like it's already built us some track through the valley there between the two. They look like dormant volcanoes, maybe? That would be a way to end this mission, wouldn't it? You do all your hard work and then it gets crashed by lava. Probably not what's going to happen. Okay, so we're going to build our first bit of the network to connect up over there. We're going to get us a nice cargo station. It is a cargo station, isn't it? Right, what we want to do is bring this back here. Well, you can see the lines just here. If you look over here, up towards the top left there, it says height at cursor. I always love that about Transport Fever. But you can tell what areas are truly level. So you can see it's connecting us up to the road there, the little path. And we'll go there and hug that mountainy range. Is it a mountain? They wouldn't really be mountain, hills at the best. There we go, 170, and we'll get straight into the tracks. Does it say to hook it up? Yeah. I'm gonna slide round here. I mean, we could flatten it to start off with. I know it's like going back. How's that looking? We're made a little valley. Not sure that's the most efficient way to do it, but we've got 50 million. We could improve that slightly. It would put a little bump in our track, but if we do shorter sections and remove the fact that we're making it, forcing it to be flat, we can do it like this, and then there'll be 37,000 for that little section. And then if we hook up to there, that's 45,000. We just saved a fortune just doing it that way. And there we go.
A depot is needed.
Connecting farm and factory. What do we got to do now? Build a depot in the highlighted area, and we'll connect the tracks to it. Anywhere in here. I like that it's given us a little bit of. Yes, I'm going to do it. Buildings, depot. I like this. I like it for new players, definitely. Right. Where do I want to build this? Can we stick its back end out a little bit? I guess we go for the cheapest. Would make a lot more sense. Which way are we going to be heading? If that's the factory, we want to be heading that way first, so we can build it that way round and look for something fairly cheap. Ooh, I saw 19. I know. Why be so pedantic? Okay, so we'll put that in. We'll connect this up. Not the way round. Well, we could do it the way round I tend to do it, which is come off here and keep that section at the junction fairly flat, like so, and then use the rest of it to align it from one to the other.
Complete train, including locomotive and freight cars.
So now we've got to buy a freight train with 4 cars on it, wagons, and buy vehicles. What we got the, how much money do we have? 49.7 million. So we could have the D13 or the Borsig. We've got to go for the biggie, right? Because look at the power difference. Let's do it. Let's go for a Borsig. Get that in there. And then we need our cargo wagons. This one takes both coffee beans and coffee fruits. I like it. And that one takes sugar only. So we're going to obviously use the boxcar rather than the gondola. So we'll get our 4 boxcars on there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Capacity of 16. Not the biggest, is it? All right.
Coffee beans can now be brought from the plantations on their way to further processing.
We haven't got a line. We have not got a line. Create a route. He's telling us now. Create a route for the train to deliver fruit to the factory. So that's a straight up route from A to B. Or from coffee fruits to coffee production. Create a new line. Yeah, we are going to do that. So a new line, we might as well have this as the first station. I mean, it's really got no choice where it's going, considering it is facing that way. But we'll just make sure that it does pick it up and doesn't get confused. The game is currently paused. Yep, it is. For a reason. It's pretty much how I play it. I do pause it an awful lot. But there we go. We'll play it. We've got to... Wait, why are you playing it? You haven't even set the train on a line. Get on there, line 1. Should we call it something a bit better? Can we call it something better? Where's the line manager? Where are we going? Surabaya. That's probably not pronounced correctly. Coffee freight. Original. But we get it. There we go. So there goes our train. It's off. Let's come down here and look at the tree. Oh, look at that scenery. It's beautiful. I feel super fortunate to be able to bring this to you guys. I can't wait for you to all play it yourselves. I really can't. Away he goes. Smoke galore there. Anyway. Ooh, that's a nice view. We could get on board, couldn't we, and go through there. Welcome to how GT plays it at home. Oh, that's a bit awkward. Ooh. No, that's not how GT plays it at home. He would delete all that and tidy it up. But we'll leave it. We'll leave it. That was my own fault. I should have done a straight bit coming from there. It's fine. Ooh, palm trees. I just noticed. That's lovely. And we get to go through the valley. I'm gonna say this is amazing. This view. I've done nothing and it's already looking amazing. Anyway, let's leave that heading off down there. Yep. We'll fast forward it so we can get on with the mission. What I'm going to say, as he pulls into the station, I like the way that they've got an extra thing going on here, an extra platform. Do like that. Is I'm going to try and keep the videos shorter. Yes, Grand, we believe you. No, I will, so I can do shorter videos, but more of them. I'm just going to go to town as many days as possible. You'll get a new Transport Fever 2 video. That's what I'm going to aim for anyway. If they overrun, they overrun. If it happens that it kind of runs short, I'll get a double video out though. So I don't know how these go. There he goes. He's off. How many are you carrying? He's got... he's full. That was probably the best way to do that then, wasn't it? He's off. He's going to deliver... What do we got to do? How many we got to deliver? Does it matter? I think it's just the first one. So if we come over here, we can fast forward it. We're in 1870 this time in our exploration around the world. I already like that we've got this new climate. Tropics. It's beautiful. I mean, that opens up so many possibilities for creating our recreations. In he comes. Once he gets into here, I'll get it back onto normal speed. So we're not going crazy fast. There you go. In he comes. Deliver our delicious coffee, please. Surabaya.
What a superb railway. It
Thanks.
provides the local plantation leaseholders with truly valuable services. Still fresh from the fields, the fruit quickly reaches the factory. From there, the colony's delightful coffee must be brought to the warehouses and offices in the port for export.
Oh, absolutely.
To be left up to the local coolies. No way. Too easygoing, too inefficient, too unreliable. Specially built stations are called for, so that the first-rate coffee makes it into town undamaged. If need be, stations that can be guarded against plundering hordes.
Wait, do what? Stations that can be guarded? Are we going to put cannons on? We're probably not putting cannons on. The growth of towns is influenced by various factors. Click on a town name for more information. I don't know whether we've actually gone over towns. If we do click on this, I think we did briefly, but there we go. It's got 115 actual residents, I would say that. A thing you have to understand about Transport Fever. This number here, that's how many individual little AI people are on the map and are being calculated in that city. Unlike other games, which in fact Transport Fever is the only one I think of that honestly does this in this genre, like city builders, transport management, tycoon-y type stuff. The rest of the games tend to have an abstract number that doesn't actually represent how many units are moving around or could possibly move around the map. I believe Skylines just has an abstract figure. Like when you build a city of 1 million, it's absolutely not 1 million units that it's calculating. I could be wrong. Prove me wrong if that's the case. But that's the way I believe it. It's just abstract. So yes, this is actual people. And you have to tend to those 115 people's needs, AI, little sims. And as you can see, it's all going well at the moment because we haven't done anything. So what we need to do is build a truck stop in the highlighted area at the factory and the commercial area. That's another thing you can do, I hope. There we go, land usage. You'll see this is the commercial area. You've got residential green there. They're very pastel-y, aren't they? And you've got industry yellow. All the common colours. And we need to, apparently it's telling us to just plough through those buildings there. So we can do that. I mean, we don't need this up because it's holding our hand a little bit. What we need to do is when we place down our, I'm going to guess it is within reach, but when we place down our truck station, which is what it wants, like so, you can see, as soon as it attaches, we do want it to actually attach to the road. It doesn't have to be. It counts for catchment area with just the pavements connecting. Obviously, we won't be able to get our trucks on the road. So you can see there that we're highlighting we're capturing both the train station and the factory by putting it here. And we could get it a little bit closer. Oh, actually, we should get it a little bit closer to town, providing it doesn't change colour. There we go. Beautiful. So we got that one in. And then we need a truck stop in town. Now, one thing we could do, there are two different types. We have, in the previous version, you'll remember we could use bus stops to drop off cargo. They have stopped that. As far as I know, that's probably staying. But that's why they've given you actual truck stops here. So, okay, so they don't want us to build a truck stop. They do want us to build a truck station. Interestingly, it says build a truck stop, which would be that one. Not this one. Okay. That could get confusing, so don't get caught out by that. It would cost us a fortune, but we are flush with cash. I mean, what you could do is build it somewhere else and not destroy that. If we drop it back a little bit, we can afford to only delete one building, which will be much better. There we go. We'll get that in.
Nothing stands in the way of speedy transportation to the local port anymore. Send the freight cars of coffee on their way.
Send the freight cars of coffee on their way. Establish a route between the new stops and allocate at least 4 appropriate vehicles to the route. Build a depot on the edge of town and buy horses. Oh, look, see, they're building back up. They don't care. I do like the new building. They put the foundations down and then they build the scaffolding. And then it goes up within that. And there we go. Wilson, what's that? Wilson Brothers? What do you make there? You're a harness maker. Do we have horses? I don't know. Probably in 1870, right? So let's go back up. It says on the edge of town. I mean, I guess. Let's make a new line first, shall we? Create a new line from here to there. That's where we're going to be delivering our goodies from. And we'll leave all this alone. We don't need to deal with that. Should we give it a name? This would be Surabaya Coffee Delivery. There we go. That makes sense. I mean, we could also colour it, right? We could colour it the colour of coffee, which I really hope we get more colours in this. But there you go. Colour of coffee. That's close enough, isn't it? Yeah, it's brown. I mean, we've already got that one red, which is fortunate. Oh, yes, we need a depot, don't we? Get in here. Let's build us a road depot. I mean, we could have it halfway, but it makes more sense to stay away from town, and then they can go straight and pick it up. Let's get our first one in. Now, they do spread out automatically, but the way I like to play it, I will buy a vehicle. I'll show you what we're doing. Let's go to cargo, and we need the appropriate vehicle. These carry all the things, including coffee beans. What do these carry? They carry all the things as well. Is there any difference? They have a bit better capacity. Other than that, they're all the same. I don't know. I guess it's, do we want to see it? Do we want to see coffee on the back? We do, don't we? Let's buy us our first one, and we'll stick that. I know we're going to have 4 on there. You just said yes. I only put 1 on there. Am I taking too long?
Considerable growth. Its products have to reach a clientele with money to spend.
Right, okay. Am I taking too long? The actual mission is like, dude, just put them on there. No, I want to play it my way. Which you can't you? That's the beauty of games. As long as you're having fun, it's right.
Lucas, the capable engineer on your locomotive, seems to have vanished from the face of the earth. Or anywhere else, for that matter. Time to find a stand-in. Right away. Would one of the natives be able to meet this difficult challenge?
Lucas, the capable engineer on your locomotive, seems to have vanished from the face of the earth. Has that broke down our train? Well, I think he's still there, Lucas. Or is it just a runaway train? Oh, that's not good. Alright, we'll accept this. Obviously, we're going to do it.
Locals show an interest in learning the decidedly noble profession as locomotive engineer. A practice route for training purposes is needed. Meanwhile, certain signs are feeding horrible rumors about the indigenous tribe's diet.
Okay. I don't know what we're doing. Anyway, we need more than 1 vehicle on here, don't we? Absolutely. So, let's select this one, and you can just hit clone vehicle, and we'll get another one on there. We saw that in the first episode. I mean, given that we've got to go off and do stuff, we might as well double these and duplicate those, and then we've got our 4 vehicles on there. We'll let them spread out accordingly. Are you putting coffee on there? Did I put the right ones on? It said... Oh, I don't know now. Have I done this wrong straight away? If we have, it's not a big issue. Are you making coffee? You make coffee beans? What have I done wrong? I might have instantly broke this. Ooh, what have I done? Let's check the line again, because I might have messed up a little bit. We want the vehicle manager. What? Let's just select them all, make sure. What vehicles did I buy? Cargo. No, they carry coffee beans. They also carry coffee beans. Well, I don't know then. They also carry coffee beans. It seems to be okay. Why are you not delivering it? Is it because of this mission we've accepted, maybe? Or is it going to take a little while for that to pick up? You're definitely within the catchment area of this. You don't have any stored. You should have enough in there. Well, we'll let it. We'll see what happens. We'll do this build a practice track. Right. We've got to draw a track in a circle. Have we? Is that what it's saying? What have we got to do? Build a test track with 2 small stations and a depot in the highlighted area. 2 small stations and a depot. I'm guessing it means road? The story suggests a train? Yeah, it's got to be trains, right? It absolutely has to be trains. I'm not sure. We could follow the road, but you have to be inside them, don't you? I don't know. No, you're not allowed to build outside. Okay, do we want this to follow the train? I'm not entirely sure about that. I say we roller coaster it a little bit. Where are we going to go now? We should put the contour lines on, shouldn't we? Let's head into the middle of that so it's not too steep. Right, we can get in there. I saw a fairly flat section just there. Beautiful, we're doing it. This is our little test track. This is an interesting little side mission. We might have gone a bit too tight there. No, we're good. We're good. I mean, it's a test track, so we want to give the trainee engineers a bit of variation, don't we? Want some different gradients and tighter curves. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with. Right, and now we need 2 small stations and a depot. Oh, I see what we're doing now. I see what we're doing. So we've built the initial track, and now we can do the 2 small stations and a depot. Gotcha. Right, so if we delete a section, there is one thing we don't have yet, which is curve stations. I'm sure they'll be here eventually, but we may have to improvise with this a little bit. So if we go out here, we'll delete a section of track there. It doesn't say how big, does it? Buildings, cargo station. We don't need to make them massive. Or do we? I don't know. It'll tell us, no doubt. So we'll have that in there. Does that O&P make it curve? No, you can't make it curve. Right. There we go. Is that connected to the road? Possibly not. Possibly not. Oh, what are you doing? It doesn't say connected to the road, does it? So I think we can get away with it. I guess what we could do is build it so it is connected to the road, just in case, and angle it. Oh, we've already supplied the town.
Deliveries. The factory is working far above par, although it would certainly be capable of processing much more, virtually colossal capacities of coffee. You should weigh the idea of increasing the transport volume, because coffee from the colony is a commodity in great demand in parlours and salons on the continent.
Salons? I like the way you say that.
It isn't enough to adequately supply the factory with coffee fruit. A passing siding is needed so that a second train can use the line.
Ooh, we get to have a look at passing loops. We will do that shortly. But we need to do our test track first, because I'm determined to get this done. There we go. That works. As you saw, we deleted back some track, just so it's a little bit smoother. And we put... because I don't know what it wants us to do with these. I really don't. And we'll have the other one round here. That would kind of make sense, I suppose. We'll delete back that section and this section. Give us a bit of room. This side, since we have no roads around here, we can just slot that in, can't we? As providing we can do this little bit. Yes, we can. Will it go in? That works, doesn't it? So we have all that in. Let's put us a depot in as well. We can... Which way do we want it to go around? Let's send it round that way. We can branch that off like so. Keep it flat. And we'll add us a depot. Tracks. Buildings. Oh, unhighlight that. There we go. Slot that in there.
The correct
we did it.
Drive the vehicle must be practiced first, so that potential passengers are not scared off right away. In the meantime, some hard-to-digest news reaches you.
Oh.
Your skilled worker is said to have fallen victim to a bloodthirsty tribe of cannibals.
Not cannibals? Really? That's what we're going with. Cannibals. Where are you? Alright, let's get out to Contour Land. Right, now it makes sense why you need 2 stations, because I think that is the minimum required for it to do a line. That does make sense. Right then, let's buy us the fastest one, because we want that done as quick as possible. So let's buy us a... We might as well click on all. That's the quickest, right? The Borzig. Yeah, we could take a look at the other one, but we'll have plenty of time to look at more trains. We'll buy that. Did I buy it? I don't know what you clicked there. No, you need to click it there. We'll buy that. We'll get it there. And we'll add a line. Can we do that? Yes, please. And we're going to go from here to there. Well, you could go backwards and forwards. Will it let us put a waypoint in? Because that would be kind of cool. I like that it decided to go backwards and forwards. Oh, do you know what we could add to make sure it does the loop? We don't have to put a waypoint in. What we could do is add a one-way signal. So if we go to signals, there's the waypoints. So we could add a waypoint, or we can get a signal. One way, yes. Oh, it won't let us. What about a waypoint? It won't let us do a waypoint either. Why not? Why can't I put those in? Help? Surely I can put these in. Well, just go backwards and forwards then. Never mind, my plans have been scuppered. Okay, where's our train? It's this one, right? Get on that line, then you're just going to drive backwards and forwards. What's the point of a circle? He's already travelling meters anyway. That won't take long, will it? Shall we head over to here? We've got to do a passing loop, which should unlock maybe the signals. Perhaps that's what that'll do. Remember, this is really aimed at new players. Give you a feel of how to play the game. So if you're a veteran player, such as myself, who's played far too long, you might lose your way a bit because you're trying to get ahead of yourself and guess what the game wants you to do. But anyway, let's just do what they say and stop improvising. So what we need to do, we need to build a passing loop, which should be fairly straightforward. From here to here. There we go. Done.
The trains should wait for each other on the passing siding. This requires placing signals.
Alrighty. Don't place them there, though. That's you can, but it's ugly and I don't like it. Oh, I don't like... Why are you forcing me to place them right here? It looks terrible when you do that. But anyhow, we'll add one way. You'll see it's one way there. Signals. I would prefer it back there, but it won't let you. This will explain why I couldn't place them anywhere else. Ideally, for me, I like to place them with a bit of room away from the switch there, because I don't like them scraping the front ends. But anyway, we'll do where it's telling us, and then we'll move it.
The plant is to be used to its fullest capacity. Another complete train is needed.
Okay, will it allow me to change the awful signals? No. Okay, we'll follow the rules then. So we have our passing loop now, and we've also got our train, which is almost ready to complete that bonus objective. Any second now. Come on, come on, come on. We'll buy the second train in a second. There may be some inconsistency in the dates because someone muted himself. Yes, but hopefully I'll edit that in.
The locomotive engineer has returned safe and sound. While you pictured him in the stomachs of savages, he was having the time of his life in the virgin forest.
He was skiving.
Naturally, you can't tolerate misconduct like that.
I cannot.
Regretfully, have to fire the good man.
Well, I mean, I guess getting fired is better than getting eaten. Not that I envisage people getting eaten, though. That's a bit weird. Anyway, so yes, we've got that. Now that we have the passing loop set up and we're up to buying the second train, what we need to do is, well, we want to kind of see it in action, don't we? Which we can, because we can duplicate this one and maybe send it out first. I don't know how that will work. Will that work? Possibly. Well, let's find out, shall we? The station might have a signal at the end, so if we pick this and we duplicate it, let's see what happens.
Wherever coffee production thrives, business and prosperity flourish too. Thanks to the railroad, the port town of Surabaya has become a lively trading centre for countless goods and services. All kinds of people from all corners of the island want to do profitable business here. That's why the colonial administration has commissioned you with setting up a passenger line from Semarang to Surabaya.
Ooh, passenger line.
Time to build a line which will soon link the key trading hubs in eastern Java.
All right, guys, that's that. We're going to end it right there for this episode. We have our passing loop in action here. You can just hear the train in the background, so we'll leave it here with a little shot of that happening. When we come back, we'll build that passenger line and see what else is in store for us, if anything at all. And yes, it's going well so far. We've still got another... See, there's that bumpy bit that we need to fix. We've still got a couple of bonus things to do, so we might need to keep an eye out for those as well. But that's been that. That train is going to wait for the second train. In fact, we could head up there, couldn't we? Let's see if we can see the other train in the distance. This is exactly how passing loop should be working, and I'll leave you with that. So join me again next time when we'll build that passenger line and hunt down those remaining 2 bonus tasks. And until then, take care.